Within a 45 square mile boundary of San Diego County's northern region is the Vallecitos Water District, local water and wastewater specialists providing exceptional and sustainable services for a population of more than 96,000 that call the area home. Although keeping water flowing in this naturally arid region will always be a challenge, the district's construction of the massive Twin Oaks reservoirs has made things a little easier. Adjacent to each other and submerged beneath the ground in a rural part of the district, both tanks are two of the largest pre-stressed concrete tanks in the world. The 33 million gallon Twin Oaks Reservoir Number 1 is comprised of 32 wall sections that span 39 feet long and 39 feet high. All of this rests on a thick cement slab with outside dimensions that could house San Diego's Qualcomm Stadium. It has been in operation since 2000.
This is our Twin Oaks Reservoir site. We have a 40 million gallon tank, which is the largest tank of its kind in the world, and next to it we have a 33 million gallon tank. On the site, when we built the original 33 million gallon, they actually dug out all the dirt. Several 100,000 cubic yards of dirt was removed from the site for placement of two 33 million gallon tanks. Over the planning for the district and different master plan cycles, it was discovered that we actually need more storage on site, so a 40 million gallon tank was constructed instead of a 33.
Brandishing a slightly larger frame is its 40 million gallon next-door neighbor, Twin Oaks Reservoir Number 2. It shares many of the same characteristics as the first reservoir, including 29 wall sections measuring 40 feet long and 40 feet high. It has been in operation since 2007.
So right now we're actually standing on top of the 40 million gallon reservoir, Twin Oaks Reservoir Number 2, and you can actually see the center of the reservoir, the center vent structure there. Basically, this is a 432 foot diameter reservoir, so you can't even see the other side, and you can see that there's a crown on top. When we had to actually remove the dirt from this site, basically we had a dirt elevation roughly about this high, and we had to dig down 40 feet to get down to the bottom. On the back walls, we had roughly 60-foot slopes that we had to put shoring up against. So to accommodate the construction activity, what we had to do is we had a contractor actually working on putting shoring and removing dirt from that area of the construction site, while we had the contractor building the tank over here, actually pouring the footings, building the walls, and pouring the columns.
This tandem represents more than half of Vallecitos Water District's storage needs and contributes to the 10 days of required regional emergency water storage supply. With the assistance of the nearby Twin Oaks pump station, the reservoirs can quickly be a source of water for anywhere in the district.
This entire reservoir was designed to be earthquake resistant. We say not earthquake proof because there's no such thing. But the way the walls and the roof and the floor are all connected, they're designed to move independent of each other. If you look at these pillars, there's 332 of these pillars throughout the reservoir. They are actually not connected to the floor. The concrete was poured on top of the floor. These pillars are designed to basically snap free of the floor and travel with the roof during a major earthquake.
So one of the unique seismic characteristics of a circular concrete tank is that the walls and the columns are actually attached to the roof. They're not attached to the floor. So in case of an earthquake, when the ground moves, the water will slosh around. And as the water moves, it hits the walls are allowed to move independently. Now, what will happen in the case of an earthquake is the floors will shake, the roof and the columns will act differently, and at the end of the day, your tank is still secure.
Inside our valve vault here, we have two pipelines going into our 40 million gallon reservoir. The one on the right here is the inlet pipe, and the one on the left is the outlet pipe. And then we also have identical pipelines going into our 33 million gallon reservoir that we're just inside. Each one of these pipes has a 48-inch butterfly valve that is hooked up to an electronic motor. Those motors are hooked into this seismic control system over here. This system is designed to activate those valves and close them within about a 2-minute period if it experiences a 5.5 Richter scale earthquake on site here. The reason that we have this is that such a large storage for our district, 73 million gallons of water out of 120 million gallons total, we don't want that going down the road and wasting when maybe the only storage we have for the entire district during a major event. So these valves are designed to close, keep the water inside those reservoirs. We get our pipelines repaired out in the field, and when we do that, then we can bring everything back online. If we didn't have these valves hooked up to a seismic sensor During a major event, we would lose all that water, and then the city of San Marcos would be without water for possibly months.
When first completed, the reservoirs received many accolades for the groundbreaking engineering feats achieved during construction. Although time has passed, they continue to be a source of amazement, both for what the project achieved and for the dynamic approach the district took to ensure water service reliability for its customers.
Why do we need so much storage? Well, a good example was this reservoir was built before the 2006 aqueduct shutdown. So the San Diego County Water Authority shut down the water coming into San Diego County. The treated water system was offline. We don't have any storage other than this 33 and our reservoirs that are scattered throughout the system. We have to survive on that for 10 days. That was our shutdown. So the 40 million gallon reservoir was built. We now have that capacity for worst case conditions, but it's also in case an earthquake severs the aqueduct system anywhere north of us if it's severed, or in between the treatment plant and Riverside if it's severed. We need this storage in order to survive. Well, I've been with Vallecitos for 22 years, and we have never had any water quality issues. The Department of Public Health has always been very happy with us. But that's because not just my department, but the entire district has always taken water quality as job one. Everything that we do is to protect the public. And that's in our department, that's also in the sewer department. Everybody has always pulled together whenever there's any kind of an emergency, from customer service through the last person that was hired. When I started here, we were a very small district. There was only about 50 employees. We're over 100 employees now. We're serving about 96,000 customers over 45 square miles. To me, it's a fantastic place to work. I love it, love coming to work every day. And Vallecitos is more than just a job for me. It's a career and it's a family.